welcome back to another video of H&H Express model nscale trains. Today we're going to continue working on this area, and I did already do some preparations, so let's jump right into it. So as you can see here, I glued this section in, and this is done and that is done. I started working on the crossover, and the crossover goes with a bend, and you see that I drew some black lines going into BuddyTown, because that is where the street is. Well, since I'm already working on this one, I thought, you know what, I maybe can work on this one as well. So I'm going to use the same technique what I did with BuddyTown, put some black paper on here and then curve this a little bit down, so in a decline. So I need to fill in this section, but I'm gonna use insulated board for that. So let's do that. Let's bring you a little bit more closer to this one, and then we're gonna add that section, and then we're gonna continue with this area over here. So here you can see what I did. So this section here is coming from BuddyTown, and this will be the river. Maybe the river is gonna be a little bit towards that section, and you can see I already put a color on it, it's green, and it could be running that way, so make it a different curve, like this, so like that. So we have the bridge over here to go to Kevin's yard, and then we have the road. So as you can see, I already draw the road here, and this is the white paper. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this underneath here to connect it to here and make sure that it is cut correctly. I can do it this way. And then I have the black paper, so that's thick paper, which will be then positioned over there. And the reason why I'm using the black paper as an underground is actually very simple. This one, if I put sand on it, it looks more natural than if I take the white paper. I could also take brown paper, but since BuddyTown is all built on that black thick paper, I'm gonna use this one. So now I can extend it that way too. So let's cut the pieces out and put this together. You see it's not glued, so it's just laying on there, and I will see how I can manage this. So I need to cut this a little bit off, and then we work that way. So if I'm gonna position this at the same side as here, so this section needs to be cut off. Since the river will be here, I'm going to take this off as well. And I already put a piece of cork here, so I'm going to remove that section too. the underside, and then we can put some tape here, and let me draw this line back. Just as a guideline so we know what it is. So let me tape that one, and then I'm gonna put a piece of black paper on top of that. So this is the road which goes into BuddyTown, and as mentioned, I'm gonna blacken this in regards to the reflection of the white for the sand which I'm gonna use. So this would be the section for here. I also cut out a little bit of this, and I actually sanded this one down, and as well here to be on top of here, but I need to fill this here, so I'm gonna stack some paper underneath here until it gets to here to make that done, and then the road will go over here. I still need to do the inner piece in between the rails, and we're gonna just do that in a few minutes. So let me cut out some pieces here so that we can glue this together and then see what it looks like. So I cut some pieces, hope you can see it. This is black, this is just for filling, so I'm stacking this up. And this is number 1, this is number 2, and you see it stacks up so that it is getting an incline. Number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. So let me measure. It's almost the correct height, so I think I need to do one more, so we'll do that off camera, and then add this one to it. So with that, you have a decent decline to go into BuddyTown. Let's see. Yeah, it feels good enough. So let me glue that. Let me glue that to the paper, and then we continue from there. So now that we have glued this together, we're going to put some heavy weight on it, like this, and then we let it dry. So like this. So we let this dry, and then we continue with the rest of the crossing. So now that we have this ready, I'm gonna work here in between the rails. The only problem is, what would I use? Well, here for example I have a bottom plate, and that bottom plate has squares. So I thought maybe I can use that for in between the rails. So I looked up a bottom plate of a building, and I found one from a building like this. So hopefully you can see it. And it has blocks inside. So I cut a row out and checked it. So this is the row which I cut out, and I can place it here in between the rails. Let me put it right on its place like this. And if I have a wagon here, it moves easily over it. So I can use that one in between, but I thought, yeah, well, these are blocks. Maybe I have something where it is a little bit different, so like this. So it has a cross in there. So I cut that one off, and that was on the same plate, so like a pedestrian path. So I put that one in here, and it fits nicely between the rails or the track itself. So let's see if that stays down. So, and it does. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some super glue and fit that in between. So I have two of them. So this one will be over here. So I'm gonna move that around. Now there is a screw over here to hold that track down. So we'll remove that screw, and then we'll glue this down. So that's the next thing what I'm gonna do. And then we can put the road in here. Okay, so let's remove this screw, and then we're gonna glue it. Now we can add this road. So now we can add this road. So I have a whole bag of roads here, and the one which I'm going to use is this one. That's the road which goes into Codyville. So as you can see, it fits on here. But I will be gluing it from this side. So I'll put this one in and then turn it over to here. Cut it here. Grab a knife. It actually needs to continue through. So that will be the road. That would also be it for this video. In the next video we're gonna add the sidewalk here and over here, and then we're gonna continue with this section over here to fill in the road. So if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, please consider to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.